Hi, in this video I want to demonstrate a little trick that you can use to fine-tune the calibration and the zero of a Liftlog, or indeed of any of our load sensing products. Sometimes when you do a calibration, it ends up just being a little bit off. In this case we calibrated for 10 tons and it's showing 9.645 tons. In actual fact, we set this up. This is a good calibration, and you can tell this is a good calibration because at our calibrated load, this little blue bar down here is more than halfway across. If you're seeing at your calibrated load that little blue bar below about here, then you're going to have trouble getting a good calibration. It's really important that when you do your calibration, that at the maximum rated load of the crane, that blue bar moves more than halfway across. Okay, but having done that, let's just say we've done a calibration at 10 tons and we're seeing 9.645 tons. Geez, we're not really happy with that. We'd like it to be a bit closer. Now we're familiar with hitting the cal button. When we hit the cal button, this screen appears and we key in a load and it calibrates. If I hold down the shift key when I hit the cal button, a different dialog box appears. And this shows me the calibration value for this device. And again, this works on Liftlog, Traffic Lite, MaxOut, HiBeam, and LiftlogXL, and all the products that sense load. Now in this case, this calibration value is 202. That's a good calibration. If your calibration value is below 100, then you're going to start to see problems. And if it's below about 50, then it's probably a reasonably poor calibration. What you should do in those cases is look at the manual, watch the video on commissioning on Liftlog, and increase the gain in the system. But anyway, so let's say here we have a calibration value of 202 and we're a little bit low. To make the load read higher, I put a smaller number in here. Let's put in, and I click OK. We wait a couple of seconds and we'll see up here, it writes that value to the Liftlog. And now we're up to 9.937. That's pretty good actually. I think we might be able to get a bit closer. I'll change that to 195. Writes it. Yep, okay. So now we're within a few kilograms of that. And just to make sure there isn't anything better, if I change that to 194, so we're 10 kilos under here. With the 194, we go 40 kilos over, so 195 was the closest value we're going to get. Now, the smaller this number is, the bigger the change when you change one of these values. Again, I can't emphasize enough, it's important that you get a good size signal strength signal in when you go to do a calibration on your cell. If you don't, then you need to increase the gain. But having said that, you can do the same thing with the zero value. So if when it gets down to, with no load on the hook, it's reading just a few kilos over, then you can increase this number. And if it's reading a few kilos under, then you can decrease this number. Alright, and that's it. Cheers.